Okay, let's finish this study guide. On numbers 13 and 14, we need to write the point-slope form and slope-intercept form of the equation of the line described. So on your test, I don't know why we didn't do it this way, but we forgot to list the formulas. So the point-slope, that's just the y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And I think you know the slope-intercept form by now is y equals mx plus b. So what we're going to do is just substitute in the places that we need to for this one. And once we get that answer, we're going to rearrange it to look like this. So there's 3 places that you substitute in. You substitute in a y, an m, and an x. And so it's going to be the second y, the second x, and the m. They were nice enough to give us the m. So right here where this m is, I'm going to put the negative 3/4. So my formula starts out with y minus, and then I get my y value. Remember, don't pick the first one. That's x. The y value is negative 2. Now, when I subtract a negative 2, those 2 negatives cancel one another out. It's really plus. So there's that part. Equals m. We've already said our m value is right here, negative 3/4. And we're multiplying this by x minus the x value, which is negative 4. And when I minus a negative 4, that means plus 4. Okay, there it is in slope-intercept form. I'm going to go ahead and do this one in slope-intercept form first, and then we'll do both of them into the slope-intercept. I'm sorry, I think I just said that wrong. This is point-slope form, and I'm going to do this one in point-slope form, and then we'll put both of them into slope-intercept form. I apologize about that. All right, so again, y minus y. So we have y minus. This one's a little bit easier because you don't have all those negatives to deal with. So my y value is 2. This is equal to m, which is my slope, negative 5, multiplied by x minus the x value. Okay, there's that answer in point-slope form. So these 2 answers are done, and now we need to do these 2 answers. So to get this equation into slope-intercept, I have 2 to 3 steps. The first one is I have to get rid of the parentheses. So when I distribute, gosh, there's really not a whole lot of room. I should have written that there. Sorry about that. Not doing anything to this side. It's just going to stay y plus 2. Negative 3/4 times x is negative 3/4 x. And negative 3/4 times 4. Now, if you don't know this, you can just type it into the calculator. But what's going to happen is this 4 on the bottom is going to cancel this 4 on the top, and it just leaves us with the negative 3, so minus 3. All right, so remember, we're trying to get the y by itself, because that's what slope-intercept form is. So really, all I have to do is get this 2 moved over here so that the y is by itself. If the y has a plus 2, I'm going to minus 2, so that these cancel. Now, this slope that has the x attached, I can't minus 2 from that. This one has an x, this one doesn't. These are the ones that are going to go together as like terms. So on this side, all that's left is my y. I still have my negative 3/4 x. And then I have a minus 3 with a minus 2, which altogether makes a minus 5. And that is in y equals mx plus b form. There's my answer for that. So same thing over here. Get rid of your parentheses. Y minus 2 is negative 5 times x. And negative 5 times negative 1, make sure you realize this negative times this negative makes a positive. And then all I have to do is move this minus 2. So if I do a plus 2 to each side, these will cancel. Y will be equal to negative 5x plus 5 plus 2. There you go. All right, guys, almost done. Last one. Wait, I think it's the last one. I should look at the back. Last one. So this time they give us 2 points, and they want us to write the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points in point-slope form, slope-intercept form, and standard form. So the first thing we have to do is find the slope. And we've gotten pretty accustomed to finding the slope like this, just putting the 2 points in the table and checking out the changes. So from 7 to 4, if you don't know, think about it in terms of money. If you have $7 and now you have 4, you went down $3. And then from -3 to 0, think about if you were $3 in the hole, but now you're at 0, you actually went up $3. Remembering that this one is the top number for your slope. So your slope is the change in the y's over the change in the x's. Change in the y's over the change in the x's. And I think you guys would reduce this to just -1. All right, so there's my slope, -1. Fill that in. Now the point slope. So point slope is what we did right here. We had a point and the slope. So we have that now. We have the slope, and we actually have 2 points. And you can use whichever one you want. So some of you might already know this is B. That's kind of a game changer for slope-intercept form, but I don't like working with negatives, and I think it would be easier to work with this one. So I had to have both of these in order to find my slope, but I'm done with this one. I'm going to use this X and this Y, and here is my M. Okay, so point slope form, Y minus Y, is equal to my M value times X minus X. Now, most of the time we wouldn't write 0, but it's okay if you do, right? If you didn't write the 0, you would just stop at the X. Now, again, just like what we did here, we're going to distribute and get the Y by itself so that we can get it into slope-intercept form. So the first thing I'm going to do is -1 times X, and -1 times 0 is still just 0. And again, I do not even have to write that. I'm trying to get it in slope-intercept form, so I'm trying to get the Y by itself. If I just add 4 to each side, these would cancel. -1x, 0 plus 4 is 4. And there's my answer. All right, we're almost there. Standard form. Standard form is the one where you have to flip that X over to the front. And when it moves to the other side, it gets a sign change. So when I move this -1x over here, it turns to +1x. It joins the Y, and that's equal to this 4. And I like that one a lot because this is positive, so I don't have to worry about that. No fractions, no decimals. That's my answer, and I'm done.